So we're on. Good evening, everybody. This is your host, Thomas Rex from Speakers Club. I trust many of you know me already. We met before, and hopefully there are a few new ones attending tonight. Anyway, I'm very excited because with me tonight I have a very good friend and a very skilled trainer and communicator, my good friend Itzik Amiel, whom I had the pleasure of inviting to the 2015 version of Elevate. Maybe some of you attended, maybe some of you didn't, but heard about this event. Itzik was a pleasure to have at this event, and he definitely made a lot of happening, a lot of fun take place, and enlightened us with a lot of his strategies and tools for networking, because that's what it's about tonight. We're going to be talking about how we can improve our networking skills and how that can actually lead to more business, more powerful relations, more authentic relationships with people. And no one better than Itzik to teach us about this. And he's also going to be teaching us about some of the main networking mistakes that we make. I know I've made some of them, and I'm sure that some of you make them also. And he's going to be teaching us how to avoid making these mistakes. So, Itzik, are you with me? Are you with us?
Yes, Thomas. Hello, everybody. Good evening. I mean, who doesn't get energies, you know, get some energies over there, because we're going to rock and roll, right?
You're always full of energy, Itzik.
Of course. You know why? Because I'm going to sleep very soon. So, you know, I always believe, Thomas, that we all dreaming during the daytime, and when we go at night, that's where we start living. So actually the opposite when we fantasize. So my dream is always the best thing. I can do everything I want, you know. Nobody can stop me there.
So anyway, welcome to this webinar. It's always a pleasure being with you, live or digitally. It's always a pleasure. How are you doing?
I'm doing awesome. Do you want to see me? No, no need, because I want to share right away the screen with the audience. I mean, I saved them to go get something. So if you don't mind, I will share right away the screen.
Go ahead. I mean, you just take it from here and have a blast, and everybody get the most out of this. Sit tight, because I know that Itzik, he has a lot that he wants to share with you, a lot of new content. So hang in there and take it away, Itzik. Enjoy.
We're going to hear you at the end, Thomas, so hang up as well. So here you go, everybody. I'm screening the shares, and we have Yusuf around so to help us to see. So I hope you guys be able to see my screen now. Is everybody going to see my screen? If there's not, please, Yusuf, interrupt me. So yes, it is a free webinar, and it's not the first time we're doing. And the idea behind it, you see, is to share with you knowledge that I don't think you ever heard me or anybody speaking about it. Part of it you don't even know. Part of it sounds banal, but you see it's a simple thing that can make the big difference in your connection with other people. So all of you who've been in Elevate know I like sparkles. So also here you go. I have also virtual sparkles for you in order to start to get some good fun in on. So not to make you a little bit wet for my sparkles, we're right away going to start with our webinar. So few things. We're going to talk about 10 worst mistakes that I see, that I made myself, and learn during the years not to do. Again, you'll see interesting things, because it's not the normal mistake you hear, but maybe sometimes you didn't even think about it, and you see how important it is, especially when it's cross-border networking, especially when you meet people from other countries, including your own countries. And I always said, you know, you cannot achieve nothing in life without the help of other people. If you're really thinking over there that you can achieve everything without nobody, you're making a mistake, because everything you do in life, you need the help of other people. Sometimes it's even easier with other people who knows the way, who know the right connection to get you faster to when you want to go. You know, you probably heard people telling you before that the secret of success is not to invent everything. Sometimes you just have to go find a person who did the same thing you want to do and was successful and copy-paste them. You see, so this is something that you know, but anyway, you need other people. So thanks for joining us and giving us an hour from your evening, and I know it's a choice, but in order to really enjoy it, and you know that I'm very careful about attention, because my book, The Attention Switch, is all about giving attention. So you decided tonight to give me attention for an hour. So I will ask you, please, in order to enjoy and to listen, because I tend to speak very fast. And I want you to write down things, and I want you to concentrate, especially those that English is not the mother tongue. So in order to enjoy it, please do the following. Turn off everything that's operating on your background, including your email, your Skype, your iTunes, anything, any program that makes noise that will avoid you paying attention completely to what we're saying to you. You can silence your phone. I don't say close the phone because maybe you're going to have an urgent call. I don't know, maybe you're waiting for it. By the way, I just 15 minutes ago turned to be an uncle again. So I know you congratulate me, so thank you. And close your door if you're receiving, and give yourself this time, because I think part of the thing I will share with you will make you think. Will make you, and you need this quietness, because otherwise it will not tunnel inside of you. We will be happy if you share about it using both Speaker Club, DK, Twitter feed, or myself. And our hashtag for tonight is networking mistakes done before. And please share your input, share your insight from this tonight, things that maybe you agree or disagree, things you like or dislike, because we learn from it as well, and Twitter is the best thing to do. If you have questions and you want to get answered during this webinar, please write it down in the chat box that you see in front of you, and I'm sure our friend Yusuf will look at it and check it out and tunnel it and ask it so we can answer it during this process. I want your question to be answered. I don't want you to think about the things and leave it in tonight. There are things we can answer during the process. So this sounds like you, my dear friend. You were busier than ever last year networking, because they told you networking works, but you're not sure that you really accomplished anything. You're not sure there's any return on your networking. Maybe that sounds like you, that you didn't achieve your biggest networking goals, you're disappointed in yourself, and you wonder if networking worth your efforts. Or maybe this sounds like you had done a referral, you had a great referral, but you're not sure you can do it again because it was maybe coincidence, and you're really exhausted from all the busy year you had behind you. Or maybe that sounds like you, that you struggle to find time for networking because you're so busy amongst all your most important priorities. But you know, network, you need to network. How do you do that? Or maybe you have a lot of dreams, but you just aren't sure where to start with networking. What does it fit there in your dreams? You fear that life is passing you by. So let me give you some background for you about me. Those of you who didn't know, I'm originally from Israel. I was born in Jerusalem, 8th generation, and I studied law and accounting. So I'm a lawyer. I've 22 years being the chairman of all the international tax lawyer. I've been on the board of directors of a lot of companies, been in this business many years, helped company expand internationally. And now I'm living for the last 15 years in the Netherlands, yes, because I am married for a wife, a Dutch wife, and my two daughters, you can see in the picture. Most people never met them, but they exist. This is actually an older picture because my daughter is now 15 and 12. And we're a happy family living in the Netherlands, and we moved, of course, for family reasons. But one of the things people didn't know, and I never shared it, not in many years, for 20 years being lawyer, I never shared one of the most important things for me. I love people. I dearly love people. I love people in the sense, my dear friend, that even if I walk in the street and I see somebody without legs, or if I see somebody sad, I can have tears in my eyes. This is how much I love them. I could not control it. There's nothing that I need to show somebody or impress somebody. Is part of my character. But how do I deal with it? What do I do with it? How can I deal with it for business? And definitely I love giving. I always believed in giving, but I was not proud of it because, you know, people sucking my blood. I always said yes, and people used me. But I turned it into my advantage in life. Definitely when we're talking today about networking and connections, this is your advantage, to be a giver. And if you're a giver, I'll show you what is the power of it. And one thing, I think you want to read my blog I wrote recently about what is about giving too much. And I found out this is a very strong word, even better than giving too much. And that generosity. When you're generous, now you're giving without expecting to get something in return. When you're giving, sometimes if you're giving too much, you're thinking, hey, maybe they'll give me, maybe they'll give me something. But when you're generous, which is a beautiful word, then you really love giving. You're giving because you don't know what you get, if you get, ever you get. But you did it for the sake of giving. And I always want you, and I'm absolutely will teach you, I want you to share your story. And also when you're connecting with people, they need to know who you are. Because those people who will not identify with you, they go away. But those people who feel it will come close by. So those of you who never heard my story on the stage and want to hear, here's in short. I take a story, little story, and this story is from 25th of February, 96. In that time, I used to live in Israel. I used to be a lawyer in one of the big law firms in Tel Aviv. My wife, she came for a year. She was my girlfriend then. And she came for a year to be an au pair in Israel. And wow, look at this. It's almost 20 years ago. It's unbelievable. And almost today. Actually, next week, exactly next week is 20 years ago. And in that day, 20 years ago, and that morning, I woke up, and if you wake up with me every day that I used to come a few days a week from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem, I used to stay with my girlfriend, and in the morning, I'll go to take the bus to the central station in Jerusalem, and from there to the central station in Tel Aviv to go to my office in Tel Aviv for my work. And that morning, 25th of February, 96, if you wake up with me, we probably have a coffee and croissant, and I was about to go to the bus, and my wife, my girlfriend then, as I said, hugged me. And I went and I missed the bus. So I was standing, waiting for 10 minutes, very annoyed because it took time till the bus arrived. And then the bus arrived, you're going in the bus. And you know, in the morning in the bus, almost the same people sitting in the same places. Well, this bus I was not going. And we didn't go in the direction of the central station in Jerusalem. And in the way there was a police. They stopped the bus and they asked to shift the bus from another route. And we didn't know what's going on, but the bus drivers drive another route to the central station. And during the way, we were very anxious to know what's going on. And the bus driver opened the radio. And that's where we heard the shocking news. That's what we heard, that the bus that I was going every time got exploded. And everybody on the bus died. There were no survivors. And this little story carried me to 20 years. I didn't share it. I didn't need pity. I'm a lawyer. I don't need pity from nobody. I don't tell it to tell any attention or something. But 20 years later, when I reflected on things, when I wrote my book, I realized it's because of one reason I was not on this bus. And this reason was this little hug, this little act of attention that somebody who loves me, my girlfriend, gave to me. Somebody gave me attention, and that saved my life. And you want to tell me, if you give attention to another human being, you cannot get friendship, you cannot get connection, you cannot get business, you cannot get the referrals, whatever you want, if you just know to give attention to another people. And that's why in my book, those of you who haven't already read it, those of you who will have it, know that my book starts with a story called The Hug of My Life, and you understand the motto of the story. And that's the story. Those of you who will come with us next week to the event that follow Elevate next week, 23, and in Copenhagen, face-to-face, come over. I'll have copies with my limited edition. All you go with me, and you can get your copies signed by me. So since then, of course, I did a lot of training. I started sharing this knowledge around the world. I've been in 54 countries, shared the stage in big people, and of course, I'm becoming a global leading authority, many times being told that the most connected person in most countries, whatever it says. It developed a lot of things, but one thing I realized, and those of you who know I've been recently in Elevate, this is a picture from Elevate, awesome event. If you remember, we just connected in a very short term of time, and it was a very good feeling for me as well, and that's why we're coming back with the help of Thomas of Speaker Club. But only in 2015 alone, I've been in 5 continents. Only in 2015, last year alone, I was in 54 countries the whole year. Only in 2015, I talked in 73 events, and reach almost 50,000 people altogether in all the events. You see, it's a mass amount of people that me as a lawyer could never do, could never help so many people, even if I want to. So what is the motto behind it? One of the things is I met a lot of interesting people like Les Brown, who's you, Mark Victor Hansen, shared the stage with them, of course with Steve Wozniak, co-founder of Apple, Jack Walsh, Randy Zuckerberg, the sister of Mark Zuckerberg with Facebook, Michael Irving, 3-time Hall of Fame of the Cowboys, the CEO of Forbes Africa, Devlin, which is a good friend of mine, Chris Gardner, you know, the guy behind The Pursuit of Happiness, the movie, Will Smith played it, RTL Late Night, the RTL TV station, one of the most famous in Europe, and Tom Hopkins, one of the gurus of sales, you know, Nick Wozniak. A lot of people, Nick Vujicic, a lot of people are interesting. Well, how did I get there, you're asking yourself. And one of the most important questions I've been asked many times, and I want to share it with you. Many people after I've been on stage ask me, it's okay, but how did you make this change? You know, you've been a lawyer, you've been successful. You're not going to hear from me a story that I was miserable. I had only $200 in the old truck. No, it's not my story, you see. I am like you. I'm a normal human being. I just had a job, was successful, but something changed. Something changed and made me take my life, the whole stream, and don't get me wrong. I took my life from a lot of money as a lawyer to zero, to almost start something from nowhere and go to the top stages of the world. And what was it? So if you allow me another little sad story, let's get rid of the sad thing, but this story is very simple. It's from 2013. January 2013, I lost my mother. Lost my mother in Israel, and in the funeral there was hundreds of people. I didn't know who are these people. My mother was not a celebrity. So I asked one lady over there, how do you know my mother? So the lady in the funeral said, I don't know your mother. So I said, so what do you do in a funeral? She said, listen, your mother was a very special person. Every time somebody was sad in the corridor and unhappy, she was used to help them and encourage them. And then she'd go back to her room. So we didn't know your mother, the lady said, but this is the lady sitting in that room. So when the lady in that room died, they all came to a funeral. And I said to myself, you know, I hope that my mother could see those things. I hope that my mother could see how many people she touched in life. But in that moment, I decided that I want to have my legacy. I want to help a lot more people. In that moment, I changed my life completely. And literally, as I said, I just decided the next day, that's what I'm doing. And I published my book, become on the stages, and the rest, of course, is history. Helping people. So let's dive in with all this madness and the big, longer introduction, because I want you to know who I am, what am I talking for, and I'm not talking about a fluffy thing. I'm talking from the bottom of my heart. One of the questions you should ask yourself, why networking is important and why now? I know the networking, but why now? Why it's so important? So first thing I should say, networking is important because you never study, nobody teach us how to network, how to build relationship. And if you don't know how to do it, how will you know if you do it right or wrong? How will you know how to correct yourself? The second reason I think why networking is very important by itself is because every day we are meeting and connecting with other people. If it's for business, if your personal life, just by crossing the streets in your city and stranger walk by on a zebra path and your eyes connecting with each other, in the same moment, you're connected with each other. In the same moment, your mind decided, do I like the person or I don't like the person? You see, and the third reason why I think network is important to talk about it right now, because it's the fastest way to grow and expand your business. Now, my dear friends, you're talking to a guy who not really believe in step by step. I don't believe, because I believe that if you have the right connection, you can jump. If you come to a waterfall, you cannot take step by step. You need to jump. And you see, if you are sincere, if you're authentic, you have a real service, you have a real business, and the only thing you need the right push to the right people in order to show yourself and expand your business, that's awesome. Networking is the right tool for you. But if you're a bullshitter, if you're a liar, if you're just dreaming but you cannot really provide it, be careful. Because if you be connected to those people and you don't perform, you're doomed for life. You see, that's the power of networking, and that's why I'm celebrating, because this is the time for real, authentic, sincere people and nice and kind people to celebrate. The time for the assholes been there is gone. We are in the connecting age. The age of connection between people is very important. As our friend Yusuf said, very literally in his words, without nothing but religion and the race and the color, human being is a human being. And reason number 4 for connecting with people is the fastest way to get more confidence. So if you are there, you say, okay, I got it, you know, networking is important. Yes, I got it, I know, but I don't have much confidence. I don't know really my value. I understand that you need to give value to other people, but I don't know my value. Networking, if I teach you networking, you'll be so confident that you have value to other people that's not going to be disturbing your way. And if you're a business, if you're an entrepreneur, even if you are in career in a company, what's the big deal about networking? First, networking brings you lucrative leads to your business. It gets you prospects. You know, that's one thing that we're going to teach you also next week, is how do you fill your pipeline on a constant basis with prospects, with clients. You know, one of the reasons you're not successful because you need to do everything. You need to look for the client, you need to pitch to them, you need to get them, you need to deliver the business, in the same time continue getting new clients. Otherwise, when you finish serving this client, suddenly again you don't have work. So you need to, on a constant basis, to fill your pipeline with new prospect. How do you do that? That's networking, you see. When you know the system, when you know the strategies, and you intend to do it in the right way once, it will continue giving you business again and again and again. And what a big deal about networking? Networking is helping you build long-term relationship. It's not for the short term, it's a long term. And number three, it's almost costs you nothing. What does it cost you? Maybe your time. Yes, it's valuable commodity, but those of you there who do not have a lot of money, have a good business, listen to me carefully. This is the oldest traditional way of marketing and costs you almost no money. You don't have to pay nobody no money. It's your own time. You need to invest it properly with the right people, make the right choices, but if you do that, it will deliver result and big time. And this is one of the golden nugget I want to tell you tonight, is stop thinking about networking as a soft skills. I hate those people, you know, I get a lot of people come to me, oh, I love your lecture, blah, 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 but they go and buying with something about other products. I mean, guys, it could be an awesome product, but this product is almost like compared like a golden carriage. Yeah, you go buying a golden carriage, great. But if you don't have the horses, what will you do with this golden carriage? Get it? Networking is your horses for your business. Even without golden carriage, if you have the right connection, boom, you can drive right on a horse. You see, you could get business if you have contacts. If you don't have contacts, you don't have relationships, you don't have a network, how will you sell your company? How will you sell your product? How will you sell your services? You can have a golden service, you can have a golden product. So stop thinking about networking as a soft skills. I know a lot of people teaching networking about soft skills. When I teach you the heart of the business. I teach you the skills that you get business clients on a constant basis. And it's a totally different thing than soft skills. And who is not Warren Buffett said, your financial future, read it carefully, your financial future will largely be determined by two factors. The people you choose to connect with and the system you follow for success. You got it? It's the people you choose to connect with and the system you follow to success. Even Warren Buffett didn't say anything about skills, didn't say anything about the knowledge. He talked about the people and the system. And that's what I want to give you partially today. If you will connect with me, if you come and join us in an event next week and tonight and all the other stuff, you'll discover things like, you know, one single strategy that I share with you that instantly make you 42% more likely to accomplish your goals. And it is shocking for me how many people miss it all the time. And that's why they don't successful. You're going to learn how to quit-proof your networking goals to really ensure that this 2016 is the year you finally cross that big one off your list. For years, you're trying to know what's networking, and you don't succeed. You will discover a simple but very powerful principle that I will share with you also partially today that enable you to defeat the follow-up procrastination once and for all. And I have tools for it that will help you follow up. You know, 99% of people failing on the follow-up, and I don't want you to fail there. You discover the secret to making it through networking events with immediate success. No more coming to events and just get business cards. I want you to get success. I want you to get clients. I want you to get prospects every time you go, and not by coincidence. You'll discover why timing in networking can work against you. And an alternative so simple you're going to show you, you wonder why you haven't thought about it before, because it's so simple. You'll discover the common and seemingly positive networking goal that's setting the strategy that is likely sabotaging your success. And what do I suggest you should do instead of that? Definitely, I would love to show you the clarity on the next step you need to take to start accomplishing what matters. And you need to get the courage to take action and get you the results. So let me ask you a question. Have you ever felt stuck? Have you ever felt stuck? Did it happen to you to be stuck? Maybe stuck with your car in the snow, and I assume you guys had snow. We didn't have yet in the Netherlands this year. But have you stuck ever in the snow? What did you do in that day? Waited in the car for 2 or 3 days till the snow will ever disappear? Did you ever stuck and you felt like you're in a corner and you need really somebody to do something for you? And when we talk about networking, have you ever felt stuck in getting new clients, on connecting with strangers? Did it happen to you that suddenly, oh my goodness, I don't know where to get more clients from? You felt stuck, right? And when you feel stuck, you're very disappointed. You're disappointed about the results. You're disappointed about yourself. And what do we do next if you feel stuck? Do you ask for help? Do you go and approach people that you know already and with you for years, maybe friends, family, and asking for help? Or maybe you're trying to do it by yourself, by your own. What did you do? 95% of people, my dear friend, trying to solve it by their own. They're drowning themselves in the problem they did. And Albert Einstein said, you know, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. You know, no wonder you go every year, you do the same thing they told you. Go to a networking event, try to get clients, and you're going to a lot of them every year. And what you get? Business card. Once in a while you may get a client, but it's not systematic. You don't even know what to expect. If I ask you, how many clients can you get on a yearly basis for this event? You don't have an answer. I'm sure most of you. And you don't even go and ask people who are helping you. So you know what? If you don't ask the help come to you. That's why I'm here today, to help you. And today we're going to deal, and we come to dealing of today, how do we conquer the worst 10 networking mistake and finally achieve your networking goals? This mistake I will share with you, each of them prevent you to get business already now. So let's look at them one-on-one and give you some solution. Open your eyes, and of course we elaborate it more when we interact with each other. And for that sake, I will get the help from Homer Simpson. I think it's nice, I think it's wonderful, and look at it, the mistake. So mistake number one, sit down too soon. I just want to remind you, if any question you have during this webinar, please ask it in the chat box. Yusuf is scanning it for us and share with us very soon. So ask the question you have, I will answer it. So again, mistake number one, sit down too soon. What do I mean by it? You go to a meeting. Who sits first? Did you ever ask yourself this question? Who sits first? And I'm not talking about politeness or manners. I'm saying, who sits first in an event? Do you think that if you sit first or the host sits first, will influencing your connecting with the other person? The answer is definitely yes, because if you sit in some places too soon, they may think that there's no way to do business with you. Because if you wait, and even if you ask, that's what I do. If I go to a foreign country and I don't know who sits first, I'll ask the host, you know, in your country, who should sit first, me as the guest or you? By asking itself, it's already show respect to the other person. And I think I don't have to tell you that respect is a very important act to connecting with other people. So fix number one, to mistake number one, if you don't know who sits first, don't assume, ask. If you ask, people respect you, and respect will get you a first glimpse of connection with the other person. Mistake number two, stay too long in your comfort zone. How many of you going to events and maybe going with a friend or a colleague and just sticking with each other the whole night together? For God's sake, why did you go there for? By the way, it's interesting to say, because a lot of you listen to me are Danish. It happened to me that Dutch and Danish, and statistically, scientifically prove, are the nation that always when they go, they like to stick together. Isn't it interesting? We're going to an event in Australia, and you're on the other side of the world, and you're still hanging up with people from home. For God's sake, people from Denmark, you can hang up in Copenhagen. Why do you go to Sydney, Australia to hang up with them? That's staying too long in your comfort zone. And if you stay in your comfort zone, which is many times people around you, you're not going to get anything out of it. Because the magic of connection happens when you decide to go out of your comfort zone. So what do I say? Go out of your comfort zone. Try to do a different way, and I'll teach you next week how to do it. But when you go out of the comfort zone, you meet more interesting people. Example, I've been in India years ago, and we had a dinner of one of the conferences of lawyers. I went to the room, changed, and went to the dinner, and I'm sitting next to one of the top NBC studios in Asia, a vice president, very interesting person, very vulnerable, very interesting guy. But in a certain moment, I couldn't understand what is this guy doing in a legal conference. So I've asked him, and I found out that I was in the wrong dinner. You see, sometimes you go out of the comfort zone by mistake, but it was so awesome to connect with somebody. That's why I say go out of your comfort zone and find interesting people to meet, to connect. Mistake number three is sell or talk too much. Most of the people going to the events and they're thinking that they have to do is share about their company, sharing about their services. Some of them even daring to take the brochure in the hand and give it to you during a networking event, etc. Big mistake, because all this networking event is not about you. You need to listen and to shut up. I stopped learning all this elevator pitch. All this elevator pitch is a bunch of crap, because elevator pitch is a bunch of stuff about you, and networking is all about the other person. And in order to know the other person, in order to hear the other person's stories, in order to give attention to the other person, the only thing you need to do is to listen and shut up. If you want to read more about it, read my blog about from elevator pitch to attention switch. That's exactly the name of my book. This is the secret. You need to give attention. So let me give you a rule of thumb. How do you do that? How will you be able to show the other person that you are there with them? So you know probably the rule 20-80. So I prefer to do 100 to 0, but for the sake of our fix for mistake number 3, I will say 20% talk, 80% of the conversation listen. 80% listen, 20% talk. Those of you who knows me, I even say 100% listen, 0 talk. But you know, those of you who need to say something or need to answer, it's fine. 20% of the time you talk, 80% you listen. The other person you understand, you're listening, and that moment you stop selling and you stop talking too much. Mistake number 4, forgetting your business cards. Yes and no, I know, but networking is not about the business card. Yes, I know networking is not only business card. But let me ask you, if you have a good business card, if you spend so much time on your business card, and part of you did, you know, where the logo will be, what color, how would it look like, all these things take you so long time. And even those of you who have innovative business card, you have a QR code or business card like those that you see in the picture, that, you know, 3-dimensional picture of the people, or maybe like this one, I mean, maybe innovative business card that people cannot forget. How can you forget the business card? You see, business card by itself can get you a very interesting small talk for the other person you're meeting. It can be a point in interaction. It can be just by itself a fun thing to connect with another person. So don't forget your business card. What will I say? Prepare. I know people who have no good memory. What they're doing, they're putting business card in every jacket they have. Of course, don't forget when you give it to the laundry or to dry cleaning, but put 5 business cards in this jacket and this jacket, so you'll never be without anything. In any case, that's one of the ways to do it. But don't forget, prepare yourself. Look at the agenda, see where you're going, make sure you have it you all the time in your bag, in the suit, whatever you're taking with you, always a bunch of business cards. It will help in its connection to the other person. Mistake number 5, speed networking. Oh, I hate those so much. And you know why I'm hating it? Because it doesn't give you the time to connect. It doesn't give you the time. It puts you under pressure that you need to do in certain minute, this elevator pitch, you need to connect. I prefer to do it in a more relaxed way. You know, I prefer to super please the people that I like and ignore the people that I don't like. Because get it in your mind, you will never, ever, ever be able to connect with all people. Edo Zantmara said you cannot expect to have a deep relationship with a shallow person. See, sometimes the speed networking made people only as a shallow, you don't go deep with them. So what will I fix it? How do I suggest you to fix it very fast? Take your time. You go to a networking event, take your time. It's the most valuable commodity that you have. You should not meet everybody. There's no need to meet everybody. And if you met a person that's really interesting you, that you're really going, all the energies, all the power, and enjoy it, go, stay with them, connect with them deeply. It's more valuable than start connecting with a lot of 10 others and make a shallow conversations. Mistake number 6, brag and boast. What do I mean? Those people who come, oh, I'm the best, and stuff. My friend, it's not about you, as I said. Networking is about the other people you meet. It's not about you. So stop bragging who you are, what you're doing, how great you are. It's not important at all. Stop listening to the other story of the other people. And the quick fix here is very fast. Be humble and be interested. Interested in the other people. Show them your attention. Give them the attention. Give them the most valuable thing you can give them, your time. And be humble. People like to see people that are really and humble. Most people hate people who are full of themselves and just bragging on their successes. Mistake number 7, interrogation. Oh, you've been in this network event that the other person asks you question after question after question after question, because that's what they're asking, prepare questions, and you feel like you're in interrogation, almost like he's going to beat the shit out of you if you don't give him the right answer. And you know, most irritating, don't even give a shit about your answers. And that's a big mistake. If you do that, fix it. If you see somebody doing it for you, don't. Because if you do that, you'll feel isolated. If people asking you, interrogating you, you'd feel isolated. You'd feel almost uncomfortable with this. You don't like it. Nobody likes to be interrogated. What you should do, and that's the fix, we should ask relevant questions. Don't ask a lot of bunch of questions not relevant to the incident, to the meeting. Ask relevant question. Maybe ask them, how did you reach success? What is your wishes for 2016? Ask things that really let people speak, open up their heart for you, and that sounds as interrogation. So that's mistake number 7 in the fix fit. I'm sorry I'm doing it fast. I know there's a lot to me to talk about each of these, but it's just to show you things that maybe you didn't think about and can help you become a better networker. Mistake number 8, practice one-upmanship. Those people who think that they can do it all by themselves. There's people who think they know it all. They don't need help. You probably met those kind of people. I have it in my life. It's all about those people who love themselves dearly. I don't say don't love yourself. Of course you need to love yourself. But in the sense of exaggerating and think you can do everything by yourself, absolutely not. Get it in your head. Ask for help. And that's the best fix I can give you, I guess, tip I can give you. Because if you ask for somebody for help, it gives the other person the opportunity to help you. It gives the other person the feeling that he knows more than you on a specific subject. It gives the other person feeling that you validate them. And that's an awesome feeling to the other person. You see, if you're asking for help, many of you are thinking is inferior feeling, like I don't know. Asking for help actually is a very good way to connect with people you really want to get the wisdom from, you really want to learn from, and you really want to listen and be next to them. So ask for help is fix number 8 to mistake number 8. Mistake number 9, abuse your relationship. Oh my goodness, those of you who are in network marketing, you know it yourself. They told you go to a relationship, ask them to join, but that's actually one of the biggest danger in network marketing. If you abuse your relationship, if you ask your relationship to buy from you, they don't buy, oh my goodness, you may destroy your relationship that you already have. In networking, you don't abuse your relationship. You need to maintain your relationship. When I talk about relationship, it's people that, you know, friends, family, this you have to maintain, this you have to nurture. It's a long-term relationships. But what I suggest you to know is the difference between strongling and weaklings. Your relation are what we call stronglings. These are the people are in the same circles as you are. These are the people who almost know the same people that you know. They cannot get you to know a little bit different people. I want you to go for the weak links. And weak links is what we call in the till 6 degrees of separation. You probably heard this expression because all social media based on 6 degrees of separation. And when you go for the people who know people who know people, there you're going to find the interesting characters. There you're going to find the interesting connection. There you're going to find the unique people, the connectors that will help you connect with other people. Now this is based, by the way, very short on a scientific exercise done in the 60s in the US. They gave 460 people, strangers to each other, from Nebraska, USA, 160 packages. And each of them has to use his contacts, and those times they don't have any social media, of course, and real-life contacts. They need to use them and make sure within 2 days this specific package will arrive to a broker in Massachusetts, Boston, Massachusetts, USA. After 2 days, 158 packages arrived. 158 packages arrived. And what is the surprise? Hear what they learned. They learned that all the 158 packages arrive via free connection. So all these 158 people had 3 people in their network, somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody, who were connectors who knew these Massachusetts, Boston brokers. Do you see, all of us has these weak links in our network. And your duty and your task is go by networking and find those specific weak links that they get you further away. So the fix The mistake number 9 is go for the weak links and don't abuse your strong relationships, because that's where the business is coming from the weak links. Mistake number 10, interrupt people. In networking, you don't interrupt people. In networking, learn not to interrupt people, because if you interrupt somebody, he will feel insulted, and if you feel insulted, he is not going to connect with you. He's going to ignore you, and he would hate you to the rest of the event, because nobody wants to be disturbed. Nobody wants to be interrupted. You want to get a solution, interesting idea? Here you go. I always go, write it down, I always go for open free. If you look at the screen, you can see there's 2 groups of people. And the left side, the open free, and the right side, the closed free. This is actually a helicopter view of 3 people standing together in a networking event. While in the right side, the closed free, you see the forming a closed group of 3 people. There, you're never going to go. There, they have a closed discussion. There's no place for you to go and interrupt them. You definitely should not go to one person, because as a tip for you, maybe you will stuck, because maybe this person is not the right person, and it's very hard to get rid of them if you are not a very good networker. 2 people, dangerous, because many times 2 people are in intimate discussion. If you go and interrupt them, you may also hurt and insult somebody. That's why I say go to open free. The picture on the left side of my screen, you see the people standing there, but there's an open, which means you could come and close the circle and be 4 people. In that moment, you own this free. This is your free. You close it down, nobody else can go, because if you stand up next to him and still open, somebody else can join as well. So when you go to the open free, make sure you close the circle. Now you own this open free, and that's your territory to network. You see, so that's the way to do it. You need to go for open free. This is fix number 10. Don't interrupt people. Try to go for open free. And if you go to open free people, I guarantee you many times you'll be successful, because out of these 3 people, at least one person will feel good with you and develop relationships. Oops. Mistake number 11. I'm so sorry, something happened. Mistake number 11, be judgmental. You should not be judgmental. Many people in there, you could see the eyes, the body language, and those of you coming next week, I will show you a few things. But many people, you can see on their eyes how they judgmental about our behavior in networking. And I don't want you to be one of them. I don't want you to judge people. I don't want you to try to be judgmental with people, because people don't like to be judgmental. How would you feel if somebody will judge you? How would you feel if some people really will show it to you, or not showing you, telling it to your face, or not showing it to your face? Stop being so judgmental, because everyone is different. Remember, every person is different, so don't try to compare them. Try to experience them. Try to meet them. Try to be an open person. The more open you will be, that's the best fix quick that I can give you to mistake number 11. That will open up to discover people. And that's when opportunities will come. That's why I said in networking, you expect the unexpected. Mistake number 12. Think short term. Many people go into a network event and thinking short term. You probably know the expression, we have friends for reason, season, or lifetime. I beg you, please, when you go networking, only go for lifetime. Only try to connect with people that connect you with lifetime. I'm sorry for that. Just disturbance happened. Reason, season of lifetime. I want you to connect people only for a lifetime. When you go with a lifetime people, the bond will be for the long term, and you will be able to connect and develop relationship. Because otherwise, you will not be able to connect with relationship for the long term. It will be a short-term connection with people. Mistake number 13. Think you have all the answers. Many people think they have all the answers. You meet them and they think they know everything. You cannot tell them. Every time you tell something, they interfere. Every time you say something, they tell you something else. And I don't want it to happen to you. If you're a person like that, you better use the word, I don't know. If you use the word, I do not know, it probably will help you. If you use the word, I do not know, it probably will show people you're humble and you want to know more. And give them the chance to share with you the knowledge. give them the chance to share with you more opportunities. Remember, the future belongs to people who are curious. The more curious you are, the more you're interested in other people, the more they feel you give them attention, and the more it feels that you want to connect with them. So quick fix to number 13 is be curious. If you be curious, people will connect with you easily and share with you their stories. Mistake number 14, you use bad language or sarcasm. You know, if you use bad language sarcasm, many people will not tolerate it. They cannot tolerate you using it, and it will get them away from you. Remember, using bad words and sarcasm has a boomerang effect, because they may come back to you one day and using the thing you use against them, or use the sarcasm you use against them. You know, not to make you discuss, but you know, those you met, you know that I'm losing hair. And I used to have a colleague in the bank, and he used to have a very full hair, and he used to tease me many times about my hair. So I said one day, you know what, I'll teach him a lesson. So I've been once in a networking event. He was surrounded by a lot of people, and I went to him and I said, you know what, if I had so much hair growing on my back, I also will comb it that way. And of course, it is, I know it's gross, but that's the boomerang effect. That is something you should not know. Instead of that, smile. Smile at people. Don't use sarcasm. Try it once. Try to go to a network event, enter to the room, and just stand up there and smile. Give compliments to people. Sincere compliments. Oh, I like the tie. I like this thing. Where did you get it? Oh, it's interesting. Oh, I love what you're wearing. Because this by itself will create you opportunities to connect with people. Mistake number 15. Stay in conversation too long or too short. I mean, if you stay in conversation too long or too short, that's also a mistake. Because you need to give the other person a specific attention. You need to give to the other person a specific time to give the attention he deserves. Because I hope you know that in our days, the attention span of us as business people is less than a goldfish. We're having like a few seconds, like 6-7 seconds maybe, to connect with the other person. And if you don't do it in the right way, you're going to miss an opportunity. And this, by the way, all my book about the attention switch is all about giving attention to other people, give you ideas, the tools, the systems, and things we're going to discuss also next week, innovative ideas, how to show to the other person within a few seconds, boom, magnetize the soul because you use the attention. Because remember, we are saying, far from the eye, far from the heart. You see, once people don't see you, they don't remember you. So what do you have to do to fix it? You need to start learning to pay attention to other people. Isn't it interesting? In English, you say you pay attention, which means it's all a monetary source. You pay with your attention. It's almost like money, even better than money. This is the relationship capital that I'm talking about. It's better than money. And that's why if you pay attention, you almost magnetize the soul of the other people. Mistake number 16. Get caught with your back to the room. You know those people that you met in a networking event and they're talking, and while talking to you, they're taking you to the back of the room and almost, you know, smashing you down and give you no option. You feel trapped. You feel trapped. You feel you cannot go nowhere because those people think, you know, hey, I own this guy, you know, and I don't want you to leave me alone because if you go alone, I'll be alone. So I want their time. What do I say? The fix here is strategy. If you go to a networking event and you have a strategy, you have a goal, you know what would you want to make, then it will help you a lot to talk to the right people and avoiding meeting the wrong people. And then those people will not come your way and will not be able to put you to the wall, you see? So strategy will help you get rid of people who get you to the point. This one I love because I experienced it a lot. Definitely in the Netherlands, people going to an event to eat for free. You know, people going to a network event to eat like a pig, like they never ate at home. You know, I had even today at a meeting, and I talked to somebody. He said, "Oh, this is kind of." I talked about the event that happened today, and he said, "Oh, this kind of event, you know, people will only go there for eating and drinking." He said, "You know those events." So I'm asking you, this is one of the biggest mistakes. If you go to an event just to eat, there's some people eating there, and when you talk to them, they're spitting it from the mouth. Oh, it's disgusting. They have no manners. They're dripping food from the mouth. It's so disgusting. How can you talk? How can you concentrate? How can you give attention to somebody when the only thing you give attention to is the food in the mouth? What would you think about if you see somebody like this? Would you like to look like this person, like fed up, like full of food, and the only thing they care about is food in this networking event? So I'll suggest you the following as a quick fix number 17 is go with full stomach. Go before a networking event, go eat for yourself something, even earlier if it's in dinner time, eat something. Go with not empty stomach that at least you're not concentrated on the food. You can always give a taste here and there, but at least you can concentrate on the people you meet. You listen to what they're saying to you. You listen to the stories, and your head and your mouth and concentration was not in the food, and at least you're not going to eat as a pig. Do something different than other people. Go eat before, fill your tummy, and then go to the networking event. Mistake number 18, flirt. And I'm aiming, although it seems like a men and women, but you know, those people go to event just to flirt with the ladies or men. This is not the place to do it. Because you know, your reputation is your wealth. If people go outside after the event and start building you a personal brand, a flirter or whatever, or you're a womanizer, then you hurt your wealth. And I know some people saying to me, yeah, I heard people say to me, oh, I'm not flirting, I'm just being extra nice to someone who is extra attractive. My dear friend, this is flirting. If you're extra nice, somebody you're attractive, you're actually flirting. So there's nothing else called than flirting. And I want you to fix it by being respectful. Being respectful to any person you want. Okay, you're single, you're attractive to somebody there, you want to continue outside of the network event. Invite him for dinner, invite him for the follow-up, and then take your romantic fantasies further. But don't do it during the networking event. Everybody see it, everybody hates it, and especially if the person itself you're doing it to really hate it and sensitive to it, you will not be respected for life. So do yourself a favor, be respectful, and don't flirt in a networking event. And that takes us to mistake number 19. Sell, 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 sell. People go to networking event just to sell, sell. Tell the story, give you the brochure, puke on you, everything about the business. And you see a lot of them, unfortunately, in a networking event. And you don't want that. You want network event, as many people say rightly by all of you today I saw on Facebook, is connecting, is giving, is enjoying, is not selling. No for selling. I'll say no selling. You voted me, I'm sure. And here I give it a networking rule. What is the networking rule number 1? It's not selling. The networking rule, as you rightly guessed, is giving. Is giving, giving, giving. And I will say be generous. Go to a network event with a suitcase full of opportunities, full of gifts, full of things that you want to give to everybody without expecting nothing in return. That'd be generous. I remember the other time I went to an event, there was a speaker, and I know the speaker liked Kit Kat from Canada. So I can give him 1 Kit Kat from Canada, but I brought me 5 kilos of Kit Kat from Canada. And I didn't expect to get anything in return. And I just did because I wanted fun. You can discover so many opportunities to give people if you just prepare in advance. Before you go to a networking event, you can look at people's social profile. You can see what they like. You know, if you like a golf club, buy a magazine in the golf store and put a note in it. I thought about you. Give them something. Giving is simpler than you think. You don't have to be a genius about giving. Just giving out of your heart and see the power. And that's quick fix number 19. And almost at the end, mistake number 20, sticking around. Those people who are coming earlier than anybody else to the networking event and leave one of the last one, if not the last one. Those people will stick around. What do you think people think about you if you're coming so long, staying all long? Everybody think you're desperate. Everybody think you're desperate. If you stick all the way around, you have nothing else to do, which means you're so desperate to get more clients. What are you desperate for? You know? And many people are asking, are you not busy? What's going on? You know? And many people, if you ask them, are you busy? They say, yeah, I'm busy, you know, but so what are you doing there so many hours? What do you spend all your valuable time? You know, networking, you should really be strategy, as I said to you. You should plan it. You should maybe come, and that's why I said you network when you're busy. You network when you're busy. When people teaching you to network when you're looking for a job or when you're looking for the client, that's maybe too late. You see, you network when you're busy. When you have so much work, when you have so much client, that's the time to put 1 hour on your agenda and go network. Because when you go to a networking event in a time when you have 1 hour, people see that you feel of confidence. People see that you feel of joy. And guess what? More people attracted to you. More people want to be your clients. But when you network, when you're not busy, when you're desperate, what do you think people want? They get rid of you. They run away from you. They don't want desperate people. So to fix the number 20, I'll say to you, don't stick around, plan it. Be part of your planning to go to a networking event. You could say, hey, I'm coming at 9 o'clock, I'm leaving at 10 o'clock, I stay there an hour, and I want to meet 5 new people. That's a plan. That's a networking strategy, and that's good enough. Because as I said to you, you will never ever be able to meet everybody in a networking event. So if you hear me till now, and I hope you're hanging with me because I cannot see who are there, and I don't know if you have a question, I'm sure Yusuf will interfere and save the our question. Till now, the only thing is just put the duct tape. I only touch upon it, and I only open you a little door for a little bit interesting thing about networking, about connecting with other people, about little mistakes we make that with a little fix, you can achieve more results. Now, well, what would it feel like, and I'm asking each one of you, what would it feel like, you think, if you had more than that, if you get more connected and get easier? If you ask yourself, why did you attend tonight's webinar, for example? Why did you do it? Did you attend the webinar because you want to live a life that matters to you and you want to reach more potential? Did you attend this webinar, except for being polite, but there is just too much to do in your life and you have too little time and the important things are falling through the cracks? Is that the case in your business? Maybe you attend the webinar because you know you are capable of more, but it feels like time is running out. You don't have time. You're too busy. You don't have the time to do it. Or maybe you attend the webinar because you don't want to just survive. You want to make meaningful progress towards something that really matters in your life. Connection that matters. People that matters. You know, at the end of the day, the relationship will make you or break you. These are the things that survive that nobody in the world can steal from you. Even if they fire you tomorrow, I always say there's 2 things they cannot take away from you: your contacts and your knowledge. You need to make the right choice, because the right choice, the right connection, the right like-minded people, well, as I said, will make you a breakthrough. You need to make the right choice. You say, you know what, I'm not good at networking, I quit. Fine. It's a choice you can make. If you don't want to connect people, you think you do it by yourself, you don't need help out people, that's one choice. I'm not sure that's the right one. Some of you will say, you know what, choice number 2, I do it by myself. I got you. I'm not good. I'm not sure. I do it by myself. Again, that's a choice. But why don't you choose choice number 3? Get the help of other people. There are people, like myself, one of them, want to help you, want to give you, want to connect you with other people. And I'm talking to you there that you know that you have a good service. You know you have a good ideas. You know you have things, but yeah, you didn't have the right connection yet. You didn't have these people who really can take you. You didn't have these things that really people believe you, maybe invest in your company, or maybe take you to another level. And you want to meet them. So what do? Do you want to build a solid business? I want to ask you, yes or no. Do you want to build a solid business? Do you want to have more clients? Yes or no? I'm sure all of you want to have more clients, and a more easy way than just running after them. Do you want to have more confidence in interacting with people without the fear that you need to sell them what they tell you, what they answer? You just want to connect with people. Do you want people to hear your message? You want people around the world, and nowadays it's so much easier than just in your own country, that you hear your message and connect with you. Do you want to increase your income and stop running after yourself all the time? You want the clients to come to you, not that you're running after them. You want them to attract to you by your ability to connect with them. Do you want to have more influence? Because if you have more influence, if you have more personal brand, if you be stronger, then people will come to you. You don't have to run after them. The connection will be easier for you. You want to expand your business instantly and fast. You want to go, I'm doing global expansion in 54 countries. Do you want to grow in another country? Do you want to sell your product in China, in India, in Brazil, in Russia, whatever you want to? You want to go somewhere else except for your country with the comfort of your home. Are you dreaming about it? You want to become a global expert, not a local expert, a global expert. Because sometimes in your own place they don't appreciate you enough. They don't see you, and somewhere else that's the right market. Or maybe you want to grow substantially your referral network. So I'll show you the system, how to grow in systematic basis your referral, that you get the pipeline filled in. every week, every month, and a number, predictable number. You could tell me today how many clients you have at the end of the year. What wonderful than that? You can plan things more carefully. You don't have to live with the cash flow effect and fear that maybe I'm not going to survive next month. For that, by the way, I developed what I call the 3R triangle results, which the three, all of them are research and resources, relationship, reputation. Thing I'm going to touch upon next week in a very interesting details, and I'll give you a strategy you never heard before. I developed with a lot of details what to do, the recipe, how to bake this cake, and I'm not going to touch it. So they're asking what next. So before I give the floor back to Thomas to tell you, you know that I'm coming next week to Copenhagen, and tomorrow, next week, we have the Power Networking Boost Day, or Boost Evening. We have together almost 3 hours, 2 hours or so for me, and it's 23rd of February in the evening, and I'll give Thomas soon to give you the details. And I want you to see there. I want you to have to face-to-face and allow me to share you things that will show you that networking is not a soft skill. The power of connection is the way to get business on a regular basis to your business. So before I get into Thomas, can you guys join us back, please?
I'm here. I'm here.
Great. So maybe you could tell more about what we expect next week in the event, when it will be, where it's going to be, and how can people register to it to join us?
No, absolutely. What I will do is I'll just put the link for the event here in the comment. And while I've been listening to you, there's a bit of echo here. You can turn it off somehow. Anyway, while I've been listening to the valuable input, I've decided to honor the tonight. And everyone who wants to come and see you and get your tools and strategies on Copenhagen, I'm going to give them that they can, so they can. If they book a ticket tonight, this link, maybe it's your question is writing here. Itzing?
Yes, we cannot hear you clearly, Thomas. Can you speak more loudly?
Very loud. Anyway,
that's what happens when you sit next to a fireplace, Thomas. You're falling asleep.
We're having an echo. Maybe you could turn off your mic. It's suggested by one of our listeners. But anyway, what I'm saying is that anyone who's listening tonight wants to attend in Charlotte, if you book a ticket tonight at the link I just put in the chat, then you can bring a friend. So you just buy one ticket, and we will honor you and the complimentary ticket to bring a colleague or a friend or whoever you want to bring. That's all I have to say. I must say I enjoyed it immensely. Again, Itzik, it's always a pleasure listening to your good advice. I work with networking myself, and there's a lot of stuff in here that is new to me. So thank you very much for your input. And I know that on Tuesday you will be bringing a lot of valuable input. So I look very much forward. Itzik, you have a final word you wanna bring?
Sure, because I think one thing people are asking themselves, okay, Itzik, I know that stuff, but I mean, who is this networking is for, or who is this event for? Because people asked before, remember last time as well. So just of you asking, who is this event for? What are we doing it for? So this evening is for definitely for entrepreneurs. If you're an entrepreneur, if you have your business, come over there, because you're gonna get ways to start getting prospect on a regular basis and referral to your business. I'll give you the tools. I'll give you the strategies. You just have to implement by yourself. I mean, if you're an executive, you have a family, I know people bring in the father because the father is CFO, CEO. Even if the person is not a member club, bring them over with you. If you're a member club or if you want to be there, bring people that you think it will be valuable for them. Remember, networking is about giving attention. And listen carefully. Thomas gave you a ticket. He gave you a ticket for free. I think if you be smart enough, I'll use this ticket to bring somebody you want to connect. Because you know me by now, and my events are experiences. They are not just boring lectures with nothing. You're going to bond with this person that maybe you know, okay, after the event, I guarantee you, you're going to like each other, even love each other, and maybe get business. So if you get a prospect to join you, give the ticket free for a prospect that you win or somebody wants to get business from. Bring them with you. Get them, hey, I got a free ticket for an interesting evening for you. Bring them with you. They're not going to lose, trust me, but you're going to earn from it. If you are a speaker or a coach, absolutely come over. Ask the question. I'll show you how by connection you can expand your business to speak on big stages. That's the same thing, the same way I did it. I'll teach you. It's not because you need to be the best in the world. You need to know the right people. And when you get the opportunity, you need to perform, no doubt. Assuming that you're a good speaker, let's see how do you use the connection to get more opportunities to speak. And if you're a professional, lawyer, accountant, dentist, doctor, absolutely. Remember, I've been myself professionals. That's where I fill my pipeline, networking. Till these days, I'm still getting business from people. And guess what? I'm giving it to other lawyers to perform the business, and I enjoy from it as well. So even more than I just perform the work myself. And if you're a student, hey, build it before you need it. You heard me saying before. So actually, the evening is for everyone. Give even the grandma. The grandma will share with us how important it is. She knows. The grandpa, they know how much important is networking. And what are your benefits of those evenings? You're going to get clarity for sure that you need to win and get more clients. I'm going to give you to understand how to start, maintain, and nurture your relationship to grow your business very fast. I'll get you to celebrate finally you're accomplishing the important goals. You've really been dreaming about it for years. Get rid of all this cash flow marathon and get into a system that gets you more business. And I'm surely thinking about sparking you again with Thomas Thing is my brother. No, I have 4 sisters. That's probably will be my future assistants. But sparking you with a lot of sparkles and make your life more happy and more joyful when you're interacting with me. So with that in mind, I think you should register now. As Thomas said, you should go to the link, grab it out, get to another person with you, try to bring some people interesting. Remember, next week, 23rd of February in Copenhagen. That's the link to register. If you do it tonight, Thomas promised to give you a free ticket. I heard it myself. I'm your witness. And I want you to see there because I promise you, if you never met me, it will be an interesting time. And I'm better in live than on webinar. I think Thomas, my witness. So that in mind, I will thank you all. I mean, I don't know if you have any question. Yusuf, can you tell us if there's any question from anybody? Yusuf? Anybody have any question for us before we closing the live event?
There were no questions.
Nobody. So everybody know everything about everything they want. Let me put a question to all of you. I'm going to put one poll, and if you could be just those of you with us online, can you please? I'm going to share with you one poll, and the question in the poll is: are you planning to join us next week in Copenhagen? So part of you already registered, part of you didn't, part of you are thinking. So please be honest and just it's anonymically. So just push a button. Who is going to join us? Who is not going to join us? We cannot see who votes, so don't worry. Just push the button if you're coming or not coming or you do not know. And if you want to share with us in the chat, if you don't know why, you'll be happy. I'll be happy to see you there. And again, this is more practical than you think. And if you think you know networking, I want to surprise you next week with the help of the other people in the room. So please just join us in the poll and answer just the question. Are you joining us next week? No, or you do not know, and we are very interested. I will say one thing. I mean, you're coming, by the way, next week for me. So whatever you're thinking about anybody there, I don't care. Just come for me, for my respect. I mean, Thomas did the efforts. We are already from August deciding on that day to come. So I put my time to come from far away to visit you, to be there with you. So just for the sake of allowing me to connect with you, I'm asking you, please come for me, for my respect. If you like the way I'm sharing with you, like my personality, you allow me to share my message with more people. So just give me a chance for one evening, just 2 hours. I think it's not a big deal. I mean, Thomas gave you a free ticket to just joining us. So I'm asking you, join us. I see the voting coming in. Yusuf, anything you want to add? Thomas, you want to add? Before we say thank you for all the people, the nice people who join us tonight. Thomas?
We have nothing extra. Thank you very much. Everyone for attending. Hope to see you in Copenhagen.
So thank you very much for all of you, and I appreciate it a lot. And I guess we ended up and hope to see you next week in Copenhagen. Not hope, I will see you next week. in Copenhagen, and we'll make it happen together to show the world that connecting is more important than anything else. So thank you, everybody, and good night.